Because he was a very powerful and wealthy ruler, King Minos's court was visited by prominent guests from all corners of the known world. They brought great gifts to the audience with the king and were then treated in princely fashion with top accommodation, dining and entertainment. There were many such prominent guests from near and far kingdoms present during the prelude to the sacrifices of the 14 Athenian youths to the Minotaur monster. The prominent foreign guests along with the court and royal family were to join the religious feast in honor of the Minotaur monster with the finest food, drink and entertainment, all to culminate in the Dance of Death, the last dance of the sacrificial Athenian youths before they the next day were to be handed over to the Minotaur monster so that the monster could eat them. The high priests of the Taurus cult from the Bull Temple arrange the Dance of Death, which is performed by the 14 Athenian youths who are to be sacrificed to the Minotaur. They are also responsible for handing over the ready-to-sacrifice youths to the Minotaur. The youths are each given a potion that drugs them and puts them in a trance to perform the Dance of Death in a perfect way for the spectators, and the next day they obediently allow themselves to be led to the interior of the labyrinth to be sacrificed to the Minotaur. Princess Ariadne, together with her siblings, had followed the dance performances of the Athenian youths who were to be sacrificed to the Minotaur and had already after the first performances fallen head over heels in love with one of them, the Athenian prince Theseus, and had her servants arrange meetings with Theseus as after the sacrificial dance performances were over and Theseus was to be led back to his cell with the other Athenian youths. King Minos strongly disapproved of Ariadne's enthusiasm for Theseus and tried to end the meetings between the two by having a serious talk with Ariadne and having the guards prevent further meetings between Ariadne and Theseus. But Ariadne made her servants pay bribes to the guards, and with a disguise she visited Theseus in his cell and promised him that she and her two most faithful servants would smuggle with them a falcata sword Theseus could use to kill the Minotaur during the sacrifice of the youths. death dance of the Athenian youths who were to be sacrificed to the monster along with other artists' contributions was a great show for the members of the court and prominent guests at Knossos Palace. The day before Theseus and the 13 other young Athenians were to be sacrificed to the Minotaur, Princess Ariadne slept badly because she was worried that Theseus would fail to kill the Minotaur and instead be killed himself. Queen Pasiphae and the princesses Aechacalis, Phaedra and Xenodus also slept badly because they felt that an unforeseen and serious development would occur during tomorrow's sacrificial ceremony. King Minos also slept badly because he had nightmares that the Minotaur was going to be killed during the sacrificial ceremony. He took it as a bad omen as the Minotaur's murder would bring mischief and calamity upon his kingdom and himself. As Theseus had volunteered to kill the Minotaur monster to stop the horror of sacrificing Athenian youths to it, he had taken the place of one of the youths and set off with a black sail, promising to his father King Aegeus that if successful he would return with a white sail. Early in the morning the day the sacrifices of the Athenian youths should take place, Princess Ariadne gave Theseus a sword and a key to the lock on his prison cell door, and on the advice of the labyrinth architect Daedalus, she gave Theseus a ball of thread so he could find his way out of the labyrinth. Theseus promised that if he returned from the labyrinth he would take Ariadne with him. As soon as Theseus got out of his cell and entered the labyrinth, he tied one end of the ball of string to the doorpost and brandished his falcata sword which he had kept hidden from the guards inside his tunic. Theseus followed Daedalus' instructions given to Ariadne: go forwards, always down and never left or right. Finally Theseus came to the heart of the labyrinth and upon the sleeping Minotaur. Talos was a giant 30-meter-high brass humanoid automaton model with gears, servos and control system inside, a proto-robot of antiquity, forged by the inventor Hephaestus, his assistants and apprentices. Ordered by King Minos to protect Crete from pirates and invaders. Talos automatons circled the 260-kilometer-long island's shores 3 times a day. It could operate on land, in the sky and in the sea, and attack and destroy hostile forces when necessary. The Minotaur often plays the water pipe organ hydraulis in the labyrinth, then his organ music can be heard in all the corridors of the labyrinth.